Hey everyone, hey, how's it hanging today? No, it's Thursday. We're past hump day. We're almost to Friday. Oh my gosh, I was thinking it was hump day. Y'all, it's been a wild ride this week. I think every week I say that, every time I go live, huh? My life is never boring. I will just tell you that. I will tell you that. Let me come up here and say hello to everyone. There's so much going on in true crime right now. Let's see here. Hello, Don Emery. Chuchi. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Um, Lisa King. Kathleen Cheney. YouTuber is here. Hello. Daisy Duke. Hello. Let's see. Kathleen Cheney. I said that already, didn't I? Lisa King. Okay, I think that's everybody. I am short on people today, evidently, because I have not been able to go live often. And that's going to change one way or another around this place. I'm telling you. When I tell y'all that I've been through it lately, I have been through it. Okay. And I don't know if y'all know, but TJ has been sick. And also Kathy has been sick. And I want you guys to say some prayers for them because that stinking, I don't know if they got that COVID or what's going on, but that COVID's some rough stuff, guys. Okay? So please just say some prayers for them. Every time I think I've got it hard, though, I look and there's always someone that has it harder than what we have it. And some of y'all know what we've been going through, and I'm thinking that it's going to end now. And every time I think it's going to end, something pops up. Okay. Um, not going to cry today because God's got his vengeance, and I ain't going to have to, you know. Um, I'm not a mean, hateful person by no means. Hang on just a second. Um, but y'all, some of you know that my son was a really good football player, still is. Okay, not saying that because it's just him, but y'all have heard the story of the school he left. He left because the coach was bullying. Okay, the new coach was bullying him because these parents had went to administration and said their son needed more exposure, that my son was getting too much. Okay, well, my son was working his tail off. And so that coach, which was a very good coach, the administration asked him to um, fire some people. Or actually, he said, I suggest you fire some people and you take the ball out of my son's hands. Okay, because he's a running back. Well, that coach didn't want to do that and said, that my son was a very good person, very good ball player, made straight A's. So he he quit and went to another team to coach. Well, my son tried to hang in there. Okay, I know this is probably boring to some of you guys, but my son tried to hang in there. And the coach told him he would never be a running back for college. Um, then also said, if you don't run, my son is more like a power back. He's a muscular dude and he's short and he may not be the quickest on the field, but he will run through you like a brick wall. Okay. Hey, Ginger Snap, come on in. Before we get started, I'm trying to tell my little snippet of my story, personal story. So we checked out a few schools because 13 different schools contacted us wanting my son to play for them. So he went to one, and the old school turned him in to TSSA. That's what it is because we're in Tennessee. for going there for athletic purposes. Well, fast forward, my son said he didn't like that school. Okay. Hey, Kathy Gordon, come on in. Um, my son had no issues with the football program, but didn't like the school. And so he decided to go to a school where his old football coach was coaching. We weren't thinking about the rules or anything. So they turned him in there too. This is his first school, that he gave his all to. And he's been turned into TWSA now 5 times. And now it's affecting my girls at school, which is very illegal. Okay. My girls have nothing to do with, they're not old enough to be part of the program. Hello, Panda Bear's mom. So, that being said, my son's at a very good school. This past weekend, he actually made it in. He had 2 interviews right after the game, and he made it on 3 TV stations locally. So it's getting under people's skins. So now we have to transfer my girls. But, they got theirs coming. That's all I got to say. And we were contacted by someone that wanted film to show to University of Tennessee. Go Big Orange. That's all I got to say. So let's pray that my baby gets on UT, guys. Because I'm going to be wearing the orange and I'm going to be screaming from the stands, okay? But just know that if I decide to be on the news after football season, honey, then y'all might see me all across YouTube, the news, and everything else. But that's okay. Hey, Charlene Atkinson. But we're going to get started. Things are rough right now. Don't understand them. But there's a purpose and a reason for everything that we go through in life. And I truly believe that. And I believe God's got our back. And these evil people that's coming for little girls to be removed from their school, that's okay. That's okay. Because it's just pure jealousy and evil. And I just want to say, without being cocky, I'm sorry that their sons aren't as good as mine. We'll just say that. I should be proud. I shouldn't feel bad for bragging on my boy because he deserves it. He deserves all the glory, and he gives glory to God above. Even in the newspaper article, he said, I'm a godly young man, and God is number one. So you know what? I put on my Facebook, there's a hedge of protection around us. Yes, you'll get through it all. The Lord has a reason. There's a hedge of protection around us. And even though we got to move schools and pay tuitions and everything else, God's going to work it out. We didn't know how we'd do it financially, because we have 5 kids. We have 1 in college. And it's hard. It's very hard when you're, I don't know, guys. But, he gives God all the glory and everything. Yes, Chuchi, that coach will eat his words. Amen, sister. And I'm not going to go aggressively, but after football season, I am going to go to that school and ask administration why they were so against my son and why they harassed us and him. So, all right. This is Fair Use Act disclaimer, guys. At times, this channel may use of copyright material in accordance with the Fair Use Act. The Fair Use Act is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders under Section 107 of Copyright 1976, which states, we can use my channel or we can use these videos for commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and scholarship. Okay, guys? So, Anything and everything on my channel is pure speculation. Okay. No one is guilty until proven in the court of law. All right, let's get started. Also, tips are appreciated, but not required, guys. Just want to let you know that. But I do have my Venmo there on the bottom, and TJ told me to get a Cash App. So right there's my Cash App. If you want to help me out, fine. If you can't, no big deal. Sooner or later, I will have memberships available. I think I've got like 619 hours, and then they have to approve it. But that's where we're at right now. Let's see. I'm trying to get this off of here. I get all distracted. All right. We're going to talk about Summer Moon Utah Wells some, okay? I've got some phone calls and some emails to answer back, but I do want to talk some about Summer Wells. She went missing, what is it, like, it's been 4 years now, guys. 4 years, and there's not a trace of this baby. That's hard to believe. We're going to play some videos from Shay's Place, okay? They're very interesting videos, and I'm going to start diving deep into Summer. I do want to speak on one thing real quick before we dive into Summer. There was a case that I've been working on kind of behind the scenes. I was contacted by a lady locally that I think it's her like long lost love, the guy is, and she says that he was wrongfully convicted of 2 murders. Okay, and it's Gary Wayne Sutton, and she's been pouring her heart and soul into trying to get him justice. There was no, from my understanding, there was no DNA. It's all off of circumstantial evidence, allegedly. But she's, guys, she's calling out corruption too in LA. Okay, and I will probably have her on my panel soon, because they did set an execution date for him for December 2026. So we're on like a time crunch. Okay. She wants to come up on panel and tell the story. I do advocate for victims, but sometimes, and I'm not saying in this case because I'm not really dove into as much, but this lady said that he was with her all weekend long. Yes, Kathy, I am. Thank you, Kathy. It's just so many twists and turns that I've got to learn, Kathy, and I like to study my material before I go diving into things, And this is 2 cases: Summer's case and Gary Sutton's, that I've not had a chance to deep dive because it's been years upon years, of things. And you want to get information correct as much as possible, in my opinion, on your channels. Because if you don't, then people's not going to trust you at all. You don't want to just jump into something and not know the basics. And, I stand corrected. If anybody wants to correct me on anything, great. But Carolyn will be coming up on panel probably next week with me. They went to the Capitol building, and what's happened in this case is she said the lawyers that they had for him kind of weren't, I guess, the top lawyers, so it used up all his appeals, and so therefore Governor Lee is not going to give him another trial. He had a chance to have another trial, and evidently, from what I'm being told, the attorney didn't turn the paperwork in enough time for him to be able to have that trial. So they dismissed any other trials. So it's all over the news. Y'all can Google it, Gary Wayne Sutton. And I want y'all to read into it and listen to it. Some of the things being said are not. No, Chuchi, he can't. Unfortunately, she needs help, guys. If this man is truly, truly innocent, and there is a, I think it was a senator even saying, I would hate to put a man to death and not know the full truth, you know. And we're working on Devlin too, Panda. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Tomorrow, I'll be going on panel with Lady Freedom and Jessica, the mom of Devlin Tate. So lots going on. Lots I've got to study and try to keep my household together also. But I'm trying, y'all. I am trying hard. Thank you, Daisy, for putting my cash out. And I'm going to play a video, guys. This is at the beginning of the Summer Wells case, where Shay goes back to the beginning. He runs with scissors. Come on in. I truly believe in all the cases that are old that we need to go. Hang on just a second, guys. Hang on. Sorry, guys. My little one's giving me a fit and a half today. Sorry. Oh, yeah, runs with scissors. Poor Summer never had a chance to be a kid. From what I've seen, you know, in my opinion, Summer never did. None of those kids did, and it's very sad. And I know I complain about mine being hyper and all that, but that's part of being kids, guys. You know, that's why I always have to pause because she's being all feisty. She's the youngest of five, so forgive me. I'm sorry. But let's play this video, guys. Shay does very good videos, in my opinion, and we're going to give her credit for her videos, okay? Credit to Shay's Place. If somebody can drop that link, that'd be great. Let's go play just a little bit of music. I don't think that she would care for me because I have asked her if I could share it, and she put a big old heart. So I don't think she would. I'm going to leave the music very low on hers. Okay. Let's get that going. Can y'all hear that? I don't know if you hear it. Just a little. Okay. There we go. She does very good videos. Thank you, Chuchi. I am so sorry. It makes me feel bad for leaving y'all hanging, you know, dead air. But when she wants something, she wants something. And I'm the only one here with her right now. So I got to do what I got to do. This is called a look back on Shay Shay's place. Very interesting to me. Let me get it pulled up on the screen for you guys. Let's see here. Shay does very good work. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I wish I had time to piece together
interviews that
like
Dawn did with the news station.
maybe some cussing, guys.
The second part is a video
Trigger warning
I
on
put
that
out
one.
February 14th of 2022. Please hit the like button for me. We want Summer Wells found. We want Summer Moon Utah Wells to have justice. We won't stop till she has justice, no matter who it is. She sure did. Now I'm going to read something directly from Leslie Earhart from the TBI. She was asked, is the red truck still of interest to you? If the neighbor said she got a good look at the driver, we would love to have a sketch of him. Leslie Earhart says, no one has shared a description of a driver. A person who drives that route as part of their job reported seeing the truck near Summer's home on June 14th or 15th. We have more information about the truck on our newsroom blog. So why wasn't that red truck description of that man turned in?
Everyone associated with the Wells family, in some cases more than once. This includes neighbors, acquaintances, and those working in the area the day she disappeared. We've used a plane, helicopters, divers, canines, and every resource available to us during search efforts. Despite the countless hours of tireless work, the circumstances surrounding her disappearance remain unclear. Evidence that she was abducted. However, all avenues continue to be explored, including foul play and the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous, rough terrain.
This is part of my video from February 14th, 2022. And if you all remember, at this time, Ronnie Lawson's son, Brandon, was in deep trouble. He's now on an offenders list against children. This is Jody Sue and Andy's dogs that they had at the time that Summer came up missing. Everyone is still a suspect in the missing case of Summer Moon Utah Wells. If you have any information, call 1-800-TBI-FUN.
And guys, like I said, Shay's place. Shay is very good with her videos. Please go sub up to her. Give her a like and shares, please. She is amazing. No, Kathy Gordon, I don't believe so either. And what I want to get down to the bottom of is I want to study each person, and I can't convict anyone, of course, but I want to study each person and see what the different personalities are, which I can tell you a couple people, but I would like to see who you guys think would be a suspect in this case. I'm going to play another video for you guys. Hang on just a second.
Bitch ass.
They said that the mother went on a walk, and then by the time it gets to
That's
the deputy, he said,
I know.
deputy says she went for a run.
Can you imagine my fat ass wife going for a walk for real?
Oh my gosh, don't say that.
No, she ain't going for a walk for nobody.
Right.
But she will go looking for her daughter like she did, but she ain't gonna go out there walking around willingly for no reason. But when my daughter come up missing, yeah, she was all over the fucking place trying to find her.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I believe.
We're going to look at different stories that Dawn Wells has told different creators here. Hit the like button, and if you wish, the Cash App below.
That's what I thought.
Okay, no, I get that. I know, I understand that. But at this point, but at this point, when you just said that to me, it makes me feel like that you feel like not somebody doesn't have her. You feel like and killed her and did that to her. You think that somebody has her and is loving on her and loves her like a parent and a family, or do you think that there's some?
That's the whole, bro. That's the whole.
Now you don't think when you're saying that the Roman Catholics or whoever sold her, you don't feel like they sold her for sex. You just sold her for family.
Okay, you're getting way too far ahead, bro. You need to calm down.
Well, no, because I'm asking because you kind of skipped over when you said sex just now, and I was like, I don't want to have that in my head that anybody hurt Summer that way, right?
Okay, look. Do you know that, in the state of Georgia, just in the state of Georgia alone, there's 2,700 missing kids in the state of Georgia that were in CPS care. They don't even bother to report them missing.
CPS is terrible. Let's be honest. That's a huge problem, Don. And if you should be advocating for anything, it's CPS change.
Yeah, but I can't.
They can.
Why?
I can't. I want to go to these because we know they're dirty. This is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Are you talking about CPS or trafficking?
CPS.
Okay.
As you can tell, Dawn Wells is really out there with blaming everybody. Sounds furious. He just rambling, in my opinion. But, Summer hadn't been missing that long.
You're fucking telling me that my wife is guilty of some heinous crime.
She was the last one with your daughter, Dawn.
Inside this beautiful neighborhood in Hendersonville.
Okay. Don't know who I mean. You're fine. Okay. I forget what live I was on. And I was listening to somebody's live. I wish I could go back and find it. But they said something about a guy that used to hang out. Hang on just a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. They used to say they were saying something about this man that used to hang out at Dawn, allegedly hang out at Dawn and Candace's home, that there was this house down the street in another county or right down the road, I can't remember, that he made like horror movies or something. Yes, Kathy, thank you. How do y'all feel about that? See, I'm gonna get more of my story together of what I want to play that live, and I can't remember whose live that was, Kathy. But there was this man, allegedly Tim Mullins. Thank you, Runs. That used to come to their house a lot, and there was a certain things that were alleged that happened. Okay, with that man, and between daughters and mother, but we're not sure which mother, which daughter, allegedly. And he actually made like horror films or something out of a home. It was like a historic home that he rented for like horror or something. Kathy, do you know the name of that? He's a creep in my opinion, but I haven't heard about him making movies there. I thought it was movies, or maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe they made movies, and I don't want to start speculation or no rumors, good Lord. But on this live, it said something about the house that he was affiliated with, that they made, it was either a haunted house or they made it into movies, something. I'm going to have to go find that. But what do you think about him, YouTuber and Kathy? What do you think? I want you in chat, and I want you to put allegedly and in my opinion, okay? But I want you to put, and you can use initials, who you think the main suspect is in the Summers case. And this is all speculation. I just want everybody's opinions. Is a grifter and has some kind of connection with Dawn from the past. Dawn, she bowed down to him. So in my opinion, he has some things over on Dawn, in my opinion. Good thought. Good thought, Chuchi. I want to say Churchy all the time. I think it's a possibility that Tim and David. Okay. Possibility, Kathy. Yes, definitely. Okay, that's all I have about Summer, unfortunately, today, guys. Okay. I'm going to have to do, like I said, and I keep saying that I'm going to do studying, but I am going to. I promise. The theater in Kingsport. Yes, Kathy. Yes. Wants us to believe. Yes, Kathy. Yep. We're going to talk. We are all going to talk, girl. I have got to get all my ducks in a row and actually deep dive. I really want to deep dive. I'd love to be able to do some interviews on panel. But I don't know who would come up because, with me being new to the case, we could start from the beginning and people could come up on panel, tell me their thoughts. It'd be amazing. Lamplight Theater. Thank you, Kathy. I'm going to write that down right now. Oh, my pen stopped working. Let's see. Lamplight Theater. I want to dig into that place for some reason. Ever since I heard that, I don't know. Just my gut feeling. I feel we need to dive into that. Did they ever go in and do any kind of search over that way, Kathy? Or did they ever have reason to? I've been wondering. Yes, YouTuber. For some reason, I can't get over that place after I heard that. Because that is not normal, in my opinion. Thank you, Runs with Scissors. I will have my studying cut out for me, will I not? Okay. guys, this is another case, and I didn't mean to come on and cover so many cases at once. But I really wanted, and I'm going to leave the background music playing. I wanted to show you guys this, and the dad's going to tell you about what happened on this, because I need to study this more too. Look for Moon Goddess. Okay. I'm writing that down too. I have got pages and pages and pages of notes on Sebastian. When can you do memberships, me and you? I am looking at 619 more viewing hours. And it seems like that updates every other day or once a week. I'm not sure. 619 more viewing hours. And I qualify to do memberships. But they got to approve it. I don't know if it instantly happens. I've never been on YouTube. So, until now. So, as soon as that happens, we get to do, the drawing for the gift card again. And I think I'm going to do another Amazon gift card for you guys. Okay, the last one was $25. And we'll probably do another $25 one. Yes, so many cases at once. I know. And, you don't want to beat one case to pieces, but you want a deep dive. But once you get stuck, you're kind of stuck. But you want to advocate also, And I feel like in Devlin's case too, that there's going to be some breakthroughs, in my opinion, with if we can move forward and not stay stagnant. And we can move forward with other interviews and such with other people. I think we're going to get somewhere. Yes, Kathy. Summer's case needs fresh eyes. And I'm the one to do that, in my opinion. I hope so. I know, YouTuber. I did the giveaway, though. And I like to give. I just got to wait until... we got to do some more jobs. We own a business. We got to do some more jobs. And, with paying for college. And then we have to pay some of the tuition at my other son's school so that he can play football there. So, hey, Kiki. Hey, Lady Freedom. You're fine, honey. Remember, we are going to talk about Devlin tomorrow. Is it at 1? Lady, I can't even remember. Man, my brain is fried from everything this week. Lady Freedom, if you want to just drop the time and the place for tomorrow, yeah. I know, lady, I stay up late with her, and it's been rough. I think I've been getting like 5 hours sleep lately. But we're going to play this. This is horrible, guys. I think this girl was 22 years old. She was asleep in her home. And it's going to be trigger warning. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your son I give him. I will. To give him. Okay, gotcha. I will, Lady Freedom. Go Big Orange. But this girl was laying in the bed asleep. Someone came and drug her out of bed. Guys. I want you to watch this. And we're going to play music because it goes to Fox News. And I'm going to give all credit. But I want you to just listen to this. No, you didn't miss this memo. Come on in. If you need to replay, you're good. I'm talking up a storm. Don't know where I'm at pretty much today. But this dad is not giving up, guys. And I praise the Lord for this guy. He may get some laws changed in this stuff. And this is, the criminals have too many chances in life, guys. They have too many chances. I want you to listen to how many times that this guy that done this to this lady, this girl, young girl, how many times he had previously been arrested.
House lawmakers focusing on victims of violent crime and repeat offenders at a field hearing in Charlotte, North Carolina. Logan Federico was only 22 years old when she was fatally shot during a home invasion at a house in Columbia, South Carolina. She went to USC to visit friends there, and her grieving father was at the hearing calling for immediate action. This is part of what he had to say.
Think about your child coming home from a night out with their friends, laying down, going to sleep, feeling somebody come in the room and wake them and drag her out of bed naked, forced on her knees with her hands over her head, begging for her life, begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there. Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 times, 25 felonies, was on the street. You need to fight for the rest of our children, the rest of the innocents, and stop protecting the people that keep taking them from us.
The man with all that courage is with me now. Stephen Federico, good morning to you, and I'm sorry for your loss. I know you're living with a tremendous burden, and I think you found your voice. The first thing I want to say is that these were House members, Republicans and Democrats, who left Washington, D.C., subcommittee, that came down to Charlotte, North Carolina to hold that hearing. I applaud them for doing that. But how they find a resolution to your matter is an entirely different debate. I have a question for you. Did you get an answer that was satisfactory, that would be sufficient enough to live up to the life that your daughter had here on Earth?
No. I've got some great answers from one side, and the other side was more concerned with money and where it was coming from and who was taking it. But at the end of the day, there is no answer yet for it. But the soft on crime stuff has to stop. We have to be able to keep career criminals in prisons. We need more prisons. We need more mental institutions. We need more mental health. But no, the meeting turned into something totally different from another side.
Yeah. Help me with something here. You called out the killer's name, Alexander Devontae Dickey. 30-year-old convicted felon, extensive criminal history, 39 arrests, 25 felony charges.
Right.
Was that all in South Carolina?
From what I understand, yeah. A couple counties, I think 23 of the felonies were in Lexington, and I think the others were in Richland County.
Okay, so that's the central part of the state, primarily, is your understanding. And he spent, 600 days in prison?
Right, 600 days, and if he would have been prosecuted properly and sentenced properly, he may have done over 140 years in prison.
Wow. So the parties are divided here. Republicans are saying your lenient policies and the judges have allowed this man to walk time after time. And Democrats are saying the local prosecutors are understaffed and they're overwhelmed and you need more money. Can they both be right?
No, absolutely not. The Democrats are wrong. It takes a judge and a solicitor to make those decisions. It took 10 minutes to find out that Alexander Dickey was a career criminal and what his extensive record was. They didn't bother to do their homework. That's the problem. It's not because they're understaffed. It's because they just didn't do the work. They don't communicate Lexington to Richland County. I've been told that. They don't work together.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they knew what they ran into when you opened your mouth this week?
I think they found out real quick. I'm not going away. My daughter isn't going away. And we have to stop more Logan Federicos. I can't save her now, but buckle up, put your helmet on.
Mm-hmm. Sir, you've got a GoFundMe page to help support the family, and you've raised quite a bit of money already, about $44,000.
Yeah.
How can that help you?
Well, obviously we're going to get some foundations going for Logan, some scholarships. We're in talks with her community.
You're fine, Daisy. You're fine. Go ahead and get your daughter, get your baby. That is a sad situation, folks, right there. When a 22-year-old is asleep in her own bed and gets drugged out of the bed and owned by someone that has, what, he said 22 convictions? Yes. Something's got to give, folks. We're letting half of the criminals. We do need more prisons. That's why violent crooks do get released early and or short sentences often. Joe, I agree. We need more prisons. We need harsher crimes. And we need more mental health facilities. Because, there's a lot of mental health people that are not getting the help they need, that are running the streets and need help and need certain medications that they can't afford because of the healthcare system. And then you got criminals being released. It seems like the lesser punishments get punished worse than the ones that are out here doing the evil stuff, in my opinion. And in my opinion also, instead of having a registry for the child essayers, they should get one chance only. If they mess up again, no, they need to be locked up, in my opinion, for life. But anyways, you agree, Wanda. Thanks for coming in, Rhonda. Yes, especially the crimes on kids. Yes, lady. Yep. A lot of mental health facilities have been closed. Yes, there was one major one here in Tennessee that I believe helped a lot of people. And it was closed down probably I think 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And, we just, I don't know, we're a screwed up world, in my opinion, man. There's so many things that need to be changed in this world for things to be where they need to be. You're hearing my dogs whine. They hear me talk and they're wanting out of their kennel. So all it takes is money. Yeah, Joe, I know. Unfortunately, we don't know who's doing what and what's going on behind the scenes, do we? So I'm going to dive in to Summer's case, and I've said it 100 times I was going to. But we're going to focus on Devlin. We're going to go back and look into Summer, see what we can figure out, what we think on our speculation on our end. And I know dogs and kids. I have 4 dogs. I have 2 golden doodles, a female and a male. Okay. The male is wild as all get out. The female just lays around. And then I have a schnauzer, a mini schnauzer, and a chihuahua. So we're just a farm around here, I guess. Hey, TJ, I hope you're feeling better, honey. Hope you're feeling better. I told everybody you were feeling bad. And Kathy, and hoping you guys would be feeling better. We're going to pray for you guys. Yes, justice for Devlin Lee Hatfield Tate. Yes, ma'am, Panda. You have a male golden. He is wild as. I think it's something to do with the boys, Busy Mama. He's like a big horse. He's humongous. But you can't, I let him play on the back deck around the pool lot because he's got to get his energy out. And that's the safe place. Because if I put him in the backyard, he digs holes and runs around the subdivision and you can't even get him. And I don't want him getting hurt. So when I let him out, I put him on the back deck to play. Choo-choo, get ready for baseball. Yes. Love you guys. TJ, did you see? I made a Cash App, honey. You told me to get a Cash App. I finally figured it out. So I never had a Cash App before. So I love you guys. I got to get supper going for these hungry kids. I got to feed them, Got to clean some house. We're going to decorate for Halloween outside tonight. So, yep, my little one let the dogs out. As you can hear, here we go. So, love you guys. Talk to you soon. That's my Chihuahua, okay? He's the boss. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye.